Another local city has voted to oppose California's sanctuary laws. What does that mean for immigrants in those cities?
Plus, a reality star faces heartbreak just days before she is due to give birth.
And is Facebook stealing your personal information and sharing it with others without you knowing? All this and more coming up tonight on OC News.
Welcome to OC News. Thank you for joining us. I'm Cheryl Posadas.
And I'm Amanda Palacios.
OC News is brought to you by the broadcast journalism students at Cal State Fullerton.
Elected officials in Orange and Newport Beach voted late last night to oppose a new California law that protects people living in the country illegally. The Newport Beach Council voted 7-0 for a resolution that says the city is publicly opposed to California's sanctuary law. In the city of Orange, the council also voted to oppose the law in a 3-2 vote. The state's law protects illegal immigrants in public schools, libraries, and medical centers by eliminating cooperation in between federal immigration agents and local law enforcement.
Immigration continues to be a controversial topic in America, and while the countries continue to debate on this issue, reporter Clarissa Rico takes a look about what it means to be a second-generation immigrant living in the United States.
Adalamo Mancia came to the United States in his early 20s with his family, seeking a better life. Since leaving Mexico, Adalamo has been working 2 jobs to make sure that his U.S.-born children have the life that he didn't have.
I want them to be successful, not like me, to have a career, to be good in the future. I study, be something better than me.
My family wants to come here for better life, more opportunities. 25 years ago, all the family came here to the United States. And my dad, he already passed away. My mom is still alive. So in 1995, we came everyone, all the family.
The sacrifices of immigrant parents never goes unnoticed. As Melvin Garabante remembers, his Salvadorian mother embedded the importance of family and language in his early childhood.
Regardless, you do have to assimilate yourself here to the United States, regardless if you do come from another culture. Yeah, you could always throw it in there, but you do have to assimilate some of your culture or some of yourself to the American culture. Hopefully, you never lose your home culture, but mostly food and language. What we can do here.
Keeping culture alive is one of the biggest challenges second-generation immigrants face. Trying to pass down language, music, and style down to the next generations that now contributes to the American way of life. This is Clarissa Rico for OC News.
Due to chemical attacks happening over the weekend, President Trump warned Russia for the missile strike on Syria. Before the attack, the president had suggested to withdraw U.S. troops from Syria. Earlier the morning, he tweeted, quote, "Russia vows to shoot down any and all missiles fired at Syria. Get ready, Russia, because they will be coming, nice and new and smart. You shouldn't be partners with a gas-killing animal who kills his people and enjoys it." End quote. However, in the follow-up tweet, he softened his rhetoric by suggesting that all work together instead of worsening their relationship.
2 bus accidents resulting in tragic deaths happened around the world this past weekend. And in India, a bus accident left school children in critical condition. Our reporter, Regina Yorita, takes a look at those headlines and what's happening around the world. Regina?
Thank you, Amanda. Where is the world? That's what a man in Syria asked as he stepped over bodies of innocent civilians and filmed the gruesome scenes of the victims in a chemical attack. Those with exposure to the chemical attack include symptoms of respiratory failure, severe irritation of mucous membranes, and disruption to the central nervous system. Let's take a look.
Syrian babies, children, and parents laying lifeless on the ground with foam coming from their mouth were all killed in minutes. Activist groups including the Duomo Coordination Committee and the Gwoda Media Center said barrel bombs filled with toxic gas were dropped from helicopters over the town this weekend, causing people to suffocate and choke. Many of the victims had been hiding in what appeared to be the basement of their homes to survive the bomb attacks of this town. As of now, the Syrian government and Russia have denied any involvement and accused rebels in Duomo of fabricating the chemical attacks. In northern India, at least 23 school children of the age between 4 and 12 died this Monday after their bus skidded off the road and plunged about 300 feet. The bodies of the 27 people were recovered, including 2 staff members, a bus driver, and another woman. The search and rescue operations are now over, and 11 children were taken to 2 hospitals, where they have remained in critical condition. In Canada, a bus accident also occurred carrying the Humboldt Broncos, a junior hockey team. The bus collided with a tractor trailer, leaving 15 people dead and at least 14 injured. Members of the Humboldt Broncos hockey team were headed to the town of Nipawin for a playoff game when the bus crash happened. The driver of the tractor was detained but is not currently in custody, and his case is not currently being investigated as a criminal investigation.
Thoughts and prayers were extended to the families as people expressed their condolences by leaving hockey sticks outside their front porch. That's all I have for World News today. Back to you, ladies.
Mark Zuckerberg ended his second day of testimony today at Capitol Hill. The Facebook CEO faced a House hearing to address data misuse in the wake of the Cambridge Analytica revelations. Lawmakers mainly focused on the privacy settings, but there was also talk about regulating the social network, what Russians did on Facebook during the 2016 election, and whether the platform has a liberal bias. So the center point about all this is data and how it's being sold, leaked, or used. And I know for me personally, this is where I get lost. We bring it to Zach Slotemaker, who will elaborate more on the issue.
That's right, guys, and don't feel bad about it. Data is kind of difficult to understand, especially in today's world, but I'm going to walk you through it. First, though, you need to understand that these online businesses have to make a profit somehow, and the way they do that is by using your data to profit with ads. So let me show you exactly what I'm talking about over here. This is my friend Gabby, and Gabby's going to search up men ties, maybe for her boyfriend. She's going to search it up on using the Google engine. That's going to bring her to one of the first links, which is Amazon. She clicks on Amazon, and that immediately puts a tracker on her IP address, which essentially is your identity in an online world. Once that tracker is on the identity, when she goes back to Facebook, Amazon communicates that tracker's identity with the IP address identity, which allows them to run that specific ad that is correlated with her IP address. Now, the issue with this is that when Facebook is retrieving data from you, it's personal information like contact numbers, emails, phone numbers, your family, the photos you like, how many likes you get, how many comments you get, which allows places like Columbia Analytical to find out how often you like and don't like something, which makes you basically very easy to manipulate. So here's some ways that you can protect yourself against data thieves like this sort of data leak that happened with Facebook. Number one, make sure you protect yourself from apps, third-party using your information to get the information they want by going to the settings and make sure that your apps are turning off sharing any information that you don't want them to. You could go back and manually as well and make sure you take out any of your contact information, family or friends, anything that gives away personal information about you. Or, and probably the least likely, you could get rid of social media. And I know that's super difficult, so let's take the other 2 initiatives to protect our data for ourselves if Facebook's not going to do that for us. That's all I have for you guys right now. I'm Zach Slotemaker with OC News.
The U.S. House Speaker, Paul Ryan, has announced that he will not be running for re-election this November. He told CNN's Jake Tapper that he has no plans to run for president or any other elected office in the future. Ryan's empty seat opens up a path for Democrats in Wisconsin's congressional district. He's held down the seat for the past 20 years. Randy Bryce, the Democrat candidate in the district, is unsure if he will receive House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi's support later this year. President Trump wishes Ryan the best in the future endeavors.
As if being a student wasn't anxiety-inducing enough, finding a decent and cheap place to live around Cal State Fullerton brings a new level of stress. Reporter Joey Goldbach has more.
Living in Orange County can be beautiful and luxurious, but expensive, especially around Cal State Fullerton. While there are many apartments to pick and choose from, finding one in an affordable price range is rather difficult. If a student wants to live right next to campus, prices can range from $1.3 thousand to $4.4 thousand. Cal State Fullerton student Matt Swan has had his share of frustrating apartment situations.
I think they make it where it's somewhat kind of set up for failure, to where all the houses, as you get close enough to the school, are pretty expensive. They're not necessarily the nicest kind of facilities ever.
Many apartments don't come with a lot of amenities. Many apartments don't have dishwashers, in-unit washer dryers, or central air.
For what I can see, it seems like the apartments I personally stayed in didn't have air conditioning, or at least kind of central throughout the whole house. there is no washer dryer. You kind of had to supply your own appliances, which from what I hear of other people in kind of different areas and even different states going to college and living in apartments or even on campus, it was kind of a lot cheaper, and they supplied most of those things.
And living on campus isn't the cheaper option. For the year, housing can cost over $11,000. Many students have taken to living off campus or having multiple roommates. Tenants can have up to 4 people living in a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom apartment. For OC News, I'm Jory Goldbach.
Campus music goers left angry and disappointed from this year's spring concert. We'll tell you why. Plus,
stay tuned to find out more about a new and exciting exhibit that's opened here on campus.
Every seat is a story. Behind every story is the reason for transparency.
summer is nowhere to be found, but it sure does feel like it is right around the corner. Let's head over to our weatherman, Larry, to see how things are warming up.
What's going on, everybody? I'm super excited to be here today, but you might think I'm a little extra, and that's okay because it's a little extra hot outside. We just have to say we need our sunshades on so that we can enjoy the weather out there. If we are looking at our current temperature, we can see that it is 75 degrees outside. Let me tell you something. If you have a drop-top Camaro or Mustang or drop-top at all, you need to drop the top today because there's some good temperature out there. We're going to have a low of 54 degrees with the wind blowing at 9 miles an hour. Ain't nobody going to feel that. Humidity is about 45%. Sunset tonight is at 7:20 p.m. Sunrise in the morning is at 6:25 a.m. If we move over to our 5-day forecast, tomorrow, sunny with the high of 74, low of 50. Friday, sunny. 81 is our high, low of 54. And Saturday, oh yeah, you guessed it, it's sunny with a high of 86 with a low of 57. And on Sunday, it's not sunny, but it's partly cloudy. But we all know that the sun is very powerful. So in saying that, it's going to burst through the clouds and give us some more sun at a high of 80 with a low of 57. And on Monday, again, it is sunny with a high of 72 and a low of 50. If we look at our map here, we see that the United States is pretty clear. We're good to go. Some clear skies. Over in Northern California, we see some rain. Oregon and Washington up there. And then on the East Coast, New York, Pennsylvania, a little bit of Ohio is experiencing some rain. But for the most part, hey, we got a clean slate across the nation. If we move over to our next map, we see that there's a lot of red and orange going on. Let me tell you what that means. Over here in SoCal, we have a lot of orange, so that's around 65 to 75 degrees. And then over here with the red, you know, we have a little bit hotter temperatures with us 85 to about 95. So it's warming up, guys. But at any rate, I just want to say, have a wonderful day. Go enjoy the sun. Drop the top. Put your sunglasses on. Let it all out. Y'all have a good day.
Some of the most talked about artists released new music recently. Tyra Majors has the latest on what music is trending.
That is right. What's up, everyone? Tyra Majors here. I don't know about you, but this weekend I was jamming to tons of new music. I'm just going to start off with Cardi B right off the top. 3 words, invasion of privacy. Take a look.
Cardi is flexing on everybody in this album. Your bitch want party with Cardi. Cardi a body in a Rari. Diamonds all over my body. She's rapping about her exes. She's rapping about her money bags. She's rapping about how she came up from, and I quote, making tuna sandwiches to making the news. And of course, living her best life. The mom-to-be has been getting praise from everyone, even the likes of Oprah, who posted this picture with the caption, listening to that new Cardi B album. It's already bound for a #1 debut on the Billboard 200 chart, and if it does, she'll be the 5th female rap artist with a #1 album on the chart. You go, Cardi. As usual, everyone raves about Drake. It seems like everything he drops makes it as a hit. He treated us to a new single Friday night titled Nice for What. The track samples Lauryn Hill's classic X Factor while empowering and uplifting the ladies with a catchy club record. Let's talk about the music video though. Talk about female empowerment. It spotlights some of your favorite actresses, including Issa Rae, Emma Roberts, Tiffany Haddish, and more. Drizzy, I'm looking forward to your 5th studio album. Next up, Calvin Harris also released a new bop, One Kiss, just in time for those summertime pool parties. With a classic house-inspired Harris beat, the song features Dua Lipa as the main vocalist. Along with the single, Harris also released a lyric video showing several people kissing each other repeatedly. Ooh la la.
Well, I know what I'll be listening to at Coachella this weekend. That's it for what's new in music today. Back to you, ladies.
And now we have Jessica Cardenas with the latest in entertainment.
Uh-oh, another scandal in the Kardashian clan. Tristan Thompson was busted over the weekend with the mysterious woman in New York City, just days before Kardashian is due to give birth. The Shade Room then posted this video where they're seen entering his hotel and leaving hours later. As if that weren't enough, a new video surfaced showing Thompson caught in the act with 2 women in October when Khloe was 3 months pregnant. The rumors come just one day after she posted this pic on Instagram captioning, "We are ready whenever you are, little mama." Get your boho outfit and your sunglasses ready. Coachella Weekend 1 is here. The stages will be filled with headliners like Beyonce, The Weeknd, Eminem, Migos, and Cardi B. And speaking about lineups, Cal State Fullerton was flustered this past weekend over this year's spring concert. The absence of singer Kehlani became the highlight of the night. Concert goers waited for about an hour after her set performance, but she was nowhere to be seen.
As Jessica just mentioned, Cal State Fullerton spring concert goers began Saturday night expecting to both headlining performers, but the celebration ended with surprising disappointment. Our reporter Terry Gaines covered the event and audience reactions.
With unexpected news.
I'll make this up to you, I swear. Whatever we have to do, I hope you enjoy your night and you have a safe night, and I promise I'll make it happen however I can when I get better. I'm not asking for sympathy, just understanding that I'm also a human that has a...
For all you beauty lovers, I had the opportunity to attend this year's Ipsy Gen Beauty convention, and I got advice from some of the most influential beauty gurus. Take a look.
Hi everyone, I'm Cheryl Posadas and we're here at the Ipsy's Gen and Beauty event in Los Angeles. There are over 50 brands in the house and tons of influencers. Let's go check it out.
Makeup and beauty fans gathered to share their love for the industry. They received makeovers, hair products, more makeup, and beauty tips.
Find yourself a really good moisturizer and drink lots of water.
Fans made lines to get a sneak peek of all the new products. We all felt like we were in heaven, especially when we got the opportunity to take pictures with our favorite influencers.
It's super cool that some people do recognize me. I'm like, oh, you know who I am. Okay.
They even had a cute setup for the perfect selfie.
There's some new products that I've never seen before, so that's nice also. I'm having a really good time.
Pacifica is one of the few makeup brands that is animal cruelty free.
She went from fragrance to skincare and then launched a line of makeup in 2013. And then she's just, now it's a whole lifestyle brand.
People were stoked to visit the booth and check out the quality products.
And now it's so funny because vegan cruelty free is pretty trendy. So people are jumping on the bandwagon and we're just like, duh.
I'll definitely be joining that wagon if it means keeping animals safe while looking good.
A new art exhibit has opened in the Begovich Gallery here on campus. We go live to Clarissa Rico, who has more about this event.
Thanks, you guys. Yes, I'm at a new exhibit that's opened here at Cal State Fullerton. It's called the Reclaimed Landscapes. And as you can see, there's thousands of pieces of clothing around me, donated by the Goodwill, 6,000 pounds of clothing to be exact. And as you can see, the colors go from blue, green, yellow, brown. They're all color coordinated to represent America's obsession with buying new things all the time. Again, it's called the Reclaimed Landscapes, and you guys should definitely come check it out if you guys have the time. I'm Clarissa Rico, live for OC News.
A UFC fighter could be facing jail time after losing his cool. That plus more after the break in sports. And
what famous women's athletic store is here at Cal State Fullerton handing out brand new merchandise? Stay tuned to find out.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your closet. Still no jobs? Just more stuff? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed. And they're the stuff inside your stuff. Our job is to unlock those jobs. And it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover keytar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
This week in sports, we've got Shotani, Max Scherzer, and an update on Conor McGregor. Jessica, you're up.
What's up, everyone? I'm Jessica, and I know you've all had enough Lonzo Ball, but we're just going to throw him in the mix one more time for the one time. Nah, I'm kidding. He has like 30 games his rookie year, so we're just going to move on to a bigger announcement. Remember your first crush? I'm talking numero uno. I'm talking the OG. I'm talking none other than Benny the Jet Rodriguez. Well, in honor of the 25th anniversary of The Sandlot, PF Flyers is featuring a shoe to mimic the sweet kicks that allowed Benny to run faster and jump higher. What a time to be alive, my friends. Now, onto the MLB.
Shohei Ohtani continues to show off. This week, he's already won his first accolade since joining the MLB. He's been named the AL Player of the Week. On the mound, he's already thrown a perfect game through 7 innings with 12 Ks against Oakland. From an offensive standpoint, he is doing the absolute most with 3 home runs, which includes his debut at Angel Stadium.
It's obvious he's off to a much quicker start than Max Scherzer, who just stole second base for the first time in his career.
Scherzer had his debut in 2008. This might actually be a bigger deal than Ohtani's AL Player of the Week. I mean, there's a new one every week. A steal like this only comes once every 10 years.
Let me be the first to say, Scherzer, we're all proud of you. Now for a little news update for you all. UFC fighter Conor McGregor, or should I say possible former UFC fighter, he's been formally charged with 3 counts of assault and 1 count of felony criminal mischief. He turned himself into the police last week after throwing a dolly at a bus carrying UFC fighters at a media event in Brooklyn. Reports say that he was mad over losing his 2016 UFC lightweight title. McGregor is allegedly scheduled for a rematch against Floyd Mayweather, but the fight date has yet to be announced. That's all we have for this week. Back to you guys.
Spotted a hot pink bus on campus. Ladies, you definitely don't want to pass up this amazing deal. Shannon McCurcher is live with the details.
Victoria's Secret Pink is here at Cal State Fullerton. They started their tour in Tempe, Arizona on April 7th, and they're making their way around the country, showing brand new spring merchandise, and students get first pick.
Got to school and I saw the giant pink bus and the line went by pretty fast, so it was nice.
I got to go inside the pink tour bus and check out the new spring collection. I picked up a pair of leggings, 2 sports bras, matching, and this free tote bag, all for $45. These are not even in store yet. I'm so excited. If you guys want to check out where the tour bus is heading next, you can visit the Pink website, their Instagram, and their Twitter. And that's all I have. I'm Shannon McCurcher with OC News. Back to you guys.
Disney Magic has taken over campus as the theater department prepares for their closing weekend of their production of The Little Mermaid. Our reporter Alyssa Ruiz takes a look at how the show came to life.
Cal State Fullerton's theater department has gone under the sea in their current production of Disney's The Little Mermaid that opened March 23rd. Once auditions began in December, the cast and crew have been hard at work ever since. Lead actress Megan McCarthy shares the part that has been most challenging for her as she prepares to take the stage in her first leading role.
It's a good push because there's a level of responsibility that comes with a leading role, and not only do I have to do my best in the show, I have to do my best to be a good example to the cast.
However, the actors are only one small part of what it takes to create a theater production. Lots of planning and preparation must take place before the vision can go from the screen to the stage.
The rehearsal process of where I'm like taking care of all the paperwork and notating all of the blocking and what's going on, kind of trying to think ahead about like the needs of the show.
With the show as well known as this one, the cast and crew have felt the added pressure, but they remain more excited than nervous.
All the cast is super excited. You know, we have all these young women or young men that have seen The Little Mermaid, and so they're basically living their dreams. Everyone's just like feeding off of each other to build the energy to get this beautiful piece to convey properly.
As opening day approaches, so does the realization that this experience is coming to an end.
All of a sudden, set's almost done, costumes are almost done, makeup's almost done, so it's like everything's just coming together, and once the train starts rolling, it's rolling.
The Disney magic will shine on until April 15th when the actors take their final bow. Tickets can be bought online or at the Clay's Performing Arts Center box office on campus. It won't be long now until the students take the stage in the theater just behind me for their closing weekend. Now, I was able to see the show, and although I wasn't able to record, I can say that these students have worked extremely hard to make this production the best they possibly can. In Fullerton, I'm Alyssa Ruiz with OC News.
They're cute, fluffy, and might look like a loaf of bread. The event only happens 3 times a year, and our reporter Tony Fan was in Huntington Beach to check it out.
Who's gonna have the best Momo?
It's the second Corgi Beach Day this year, and over 1,200 dogs have come out to Huntington Beach to enjoy the festivities. There were a series of events throughout the day where Corgis participated in. This was a ton of fun for everyone, and especially for the dogs.
Look at those fluffiness. Oh.
This is Corgi Beach Day. This is our 6th year of doing now it's a festival. We started out with 15 dogs, just wanted to meet some people off of Facebook and pet some other Corgis. We had a little meetup 5 years ago, and it blew up gradually into what you see today. Just thousands of people and Corgis.
It definitely is successful when everyone is cheering on for these cute 4-legged friends shaking their momos, which in Japanese means peach, and their butts resemble peaches.
What a nice Momo, too. Like, really.
Since the first one we went to, there's been like a drastic number of attendance and actually more Corgis, so that's good, but at the same time, it's just good to have that support for the Corgis, you know, especially the ones in need.
The event teams up with the rescue group to raise money for those Corgis in need.
We help Queen's Best Stumpy Dog Rescue. A portion of our proceeds goes to help them. And we also, they're here so we can bring awareness so people can support them, learn about responsible Corgi ownership.
We're out here in Huntington Beach, here at SoCal Corgi Beach Day. We got beautiful dogs out here, and I actually got a chance to stop by and interview one of the dogs. So, Ian, what'd you have to say? How's it going? How's it going? You're so cute. All right, guys, if you guys want to rescue these beautiful dogs, these cute, adorable dogs, go to SoCalCorgiBeach.com and donate and help these little guys out. Reporting here in Huntington Beach, Tony Fan, OC News.
Oh, that's so cute. That's all we have for today. Remember, you can be a part of the conversation by following all of our social media platforms at OC News CSUF. I'm Amanda Palacios.
And I'm Cheryl Posadas. See you guys next week.
OC News is sponsored in part by Univision Communications, Southwest Airlines, and Casanova McCann.